Well, hello everybody, Smith here, and welcome back to another Minecraft creature episode. We're back with Prehistoric Nature today, guys. This is just the first video in many that I'm going to do this week for Prehistoric Nature. Now, if you didn't know, Prehistoric Nature, I've shown a load of videos in the past. It's been in production for over 2 years. Act Rob is the owner. We also have got a load of other people, really dedicated people who work very hard with this particular mod. It's for Minecraft 1.12.2, guys. I know people, we all still play 1.12.2 because it's so well modded. You can see all these portals that come with the mod. This one, the Ordovician, has been updated as well. And this episode, what we're going to do is we're not going to go through into the portals. We're going to have a look at some of the new features. And you can see we keep going down under, well, newer. And we come to Carboniferous, and we should come to the last two. This is called the Triassic update. And basically, it's new Triassic creatures, but there's a load of changes and additions in the Permian as well. There are so many changes to this mod that it's going to probably take about 8 videos to go through it, because we're going to go through the whole mod from start to finish again and take the opportunity. I've prepared a flat world which took me 3 days to prepare, and we're going to head over there now, and we're going to go and meet the owner, Rob, who's going to tell us about some of the fancy new things that have been added to this mod since last time. So here we are in our flat world, and this is the one that's taken 2 days to actually make up, because as you can see, guys, this mod is massive. We have got all these wooden blocks from all these wooden trees, of course. So this is why I originally went to this mod. The fact is, and we will go through all these separately, guys, I've got 3 rows of trees here, all different trees that have been created from the mod for all the different eras, all the way through to the present Triassic era, because they're used in the biomes that were created. And as I say, I would urge you to go and look at my other videos, and then there's some water stuff down there, just a bit of it. No creatures here. We will do the creatures in their natural biomes and show you then. And then down here, guys, and we're going to speak to Rob in a minute about all this stuff. Here's just a flyby for you for some of the wood. Okay, this is just the wood. And we'll come and do this separately, but you can see as a builder, you have got the world's delight. There is so much stuff here. And then we got loads of fences over here, and we got a load of other blocks, including these building blocks, which we'll talk about with Rob. And there's loads of other stuff that I haven't shown here as well, right down to the fossil blocks. And again, Rob's going to talk about all that. So this is just a preview video, guys. As I say, look out for the next videos when I start showcasing all the different eras and all the different blocks and all the different trees. Right, let's go and wait for Rob. And also a big shout out to the team that works behind Rob. I'm going to get, there's different names on their Discord as their Curse Forge. So I've got their Curse Forge names with a couple of Discord names. So Artist Git Hunter 4. Louis Thornton, artist I Love DP, artist Aurora Broros, artist Squiddy Specs, artist Be Wither, same name on both, Be Wither contributor, 238 Plutonium contributor, Emilisaurus 65 contributor, Italian Paleo Girl, otherwise known as Vamsky contributor, and Lemon, otherwise known as Shiny Lemon 2 contributor. So yeah, brilliant. This mod could not be made without those guys and girls. Right, so we've got Rob with us. Good afternoon, Rob.
Hello there, you right?
So Rob, as you know, well, you will know, is the owner of Prehistoric Nature Mod. And yeah, thank you very much for doing this with me today, because people can see now, this mod has been in existence for some time now, and it's absolutely massive. So my first sort of thing to you is, how long have you been doing this and why?
So I think why? I think we started about 2 years ago, a year ago, something, a year and a half ago, something like that. Why? Well, the why is kind of evolving. So first, I was on a a server making a dino park with some friends, using the standard mods like fossils and archaeology and things. And I built a big Carboniferous greenhouse, and it wound me up that there wasn't much Carboniferous plants to put in it.
Right.
And I thought I'd build myself a lepidodendron tree, which is a big carboniferous tree, just to brighten it up a bit. So I started writing a mod, and it never stopped. And then other people got interested, and we started adding mobs, just thinking, oh, maybe they'll just be ambient decorative things. And then, of course, they're not, and they evolve. Until you're rebuilding the whole of planet Earth, which is really
Yes.
yeah.
That's how I came across you. The fact I was looking for a tree mod because there wasn't, as you quite rightly said, there wasn't a tree mod. I've been following you probably from the start, and then I found this tree mod, and it was probably only about that many trees to here, one line, half a line of trees. And I went, wow. And that's how I came across your mod. And then you'd started doing creatures by then. And obviously, since then, I've been doing showcases as the mod's grown. But we're here today because you've just made an absolute ginormous leap in the next version, isn't it? Is this the sort of the last version of 1.12, or because you are considering moving up as well from 1.12?
The intention is to complete the mod in 1.12. So that means adding all of the dimensions up to, I think the last one we're going to do is a Pleistocene. So it's not a full period, but that'll be the last one. So there's another 4 or 5 dimensions to go, and we intend to finish it in 1.12 and to support it and to add tentative development. We've got to see how 1.12 goes, though.
Yeah.
Newer players, I don't think, realised that 1.12 a few years ago was a really solid modding base, and still is.
Yes.
And I think it's starting to leap its player base a bit, but I'm not too worried yet. Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah, I've lost you there.
Yeah. I do want to port the mod forwards into 1.18, 1.19, whatever it's going to be. In due course, but we don't intend to not finish it in 1.12. We're not going to leave a broken mod.
Right. But it's absolutely ginormous. I'm going to do separate showcases, as you know, afterwards for all the different things. I even got to the creatures yet, but as people here can see, we lost count of how many trees and shrubs and plants from all the different eras I've come across, including also the some of the water-based hard stuff as well. Yeah.
When I look at that there, I feel a bit lost.
well, and I came also looking for the builder, and now you've added new stuff, which I'm not going to go through too much. We're going to go through some sort of things that you showed me the other day, like these bridges are brand new, and then you can actually color them to your taste, as you showed me with the red dye here. But the amount for build as well, I found this mod, it's for the creatures alone, it's fantastic. But then if you're a builder or someone who wants to decorate their zoos, decorate their parks, whatever, there's so much stuff here, as people can see here. There are so many different pieces of wood from different trees. So it's like, it's one of those all-encompassing mods for me. That's what I think anyway. It's like if you're a builder, you can use it. If you like the prehistoric creatures, you can use it. If you like trees, you can use it.
Yes, things we're going for. It'd be nice for people. I don't know. To be realistic, I doubt that the mod will be used in a high-tech futuristic mod pack. But who knows? The decorative blocks are being designed so that they should be usable in lots of different contexts.
Yes. I will show separately the portals and everything. I'm going to do it as separate videos, but as you're the mod owner, there's a big team behind you now, isn't there? Very, very, very dedicated people.
There are, yeah. So we've got a kind of a central team of 5 people. I won't say the names down. I don't know if they want to be named. And then a kind of other people have contributed models and textures and things. We got a central group. I think it's 6 people actually are fairly central to the thing.
Yes.
But it ebbs and flows. And given that I think we've got at least another year of development, I'm hoping that lives won't change and we end up with too many changes. It's quite difficult when there's slightly different styles going on from different people.
Yes. You regularly do showcases on your Discord channel. Hey, highlight to people that there's so much information on the Discord and on the Cursed Forge page, because this is a Cursed Forge mod, if people didn't know. And you do regular videos, don't you? Development videos as well.
Yeah, when I'm at home, I like to stream to show what's going on. I think it engages people if they can see what's coming. I don't like it. Well, I guess horses for courses, but I'm not too keen when you see mods that don't show you anything and they seem to go quiet for 2 years and all of a sudden they release an update. I don't find that very engaging. I try and tell people what we're doing and show them the bad stuff and the good stuff and how stuff's being developed. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll highlight this because this is what amazed me when you showed me the other day. There's little capture cages here for small creatures of one block. That's a new thing, but this, for one of the really new fancy things, are these display cabinets, are they not?
Yeah, various display cases. The idea is that the ones you got in the middle of the screen there,
Yeah.
we eventually will be able to pose all of the kind of bigger things. We'll be able to stand on them, and you'll be able to make kind of displays and things showing posed animals and stuff. The little insects and things will go in the glass cases, and there's wall mounts for
And
fish and stuff.
like in
Yeah,
best Blue Peter style, here is
there's an
one
example.
here. So yeah, so you can see this, and you can actually move this around, can't you? If I just hold on, do I?
Yeah, it just
I
rotates.
can. So it's going to be a full blown display table, and as people might have noticed, we got two creatures, one of the newest creatures.
There's a Herrerasaurus and something whose name I can't remember. The blue thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
So those are wall display, which they're from meat, aren't they? If you remember from the other day.
Yeah, at the moment you insert raw meat into the different displays. Not all meats go into all displays.
Yeah.
It's in development.
Yeah.
The easiest way to find out is just trial and error, I guess.
Trial error meat.
Fish go into the wall mounts fairly consistently, like an old-fashioned pub or something.
Right.
Insects go into the glass cases like that fairly consistently. Little sea things like trilobites and things should go into glass cases and stuff.
Yes, because there's a special, obviously, the way to do that. There's a special way of gaining the wings and then putting the animal into the actual box. And the boxes also are flat as well, so they go on walls and also on tables if you wanted them to.
Yeah, just for your museum displays and things. Yeah.
And we tried this out the other day, the jars, isn't it? Well, I can't remember what we did with that. We caught something in that.
So there's jars. You can pick up a stack of jars and then click them on these flying insects, and they'll get caught inside the jar. And they can look quite nice, just sort of in their own right, just on a jar on a shelf or something with an insect buzzing around in it. But then if you surround the jar with ice, that will freeze the insect, and then you get a full body drop from the insect that you can use for the cases.
So, did we use a Meganara?
You did.
So I know because so if we spawn in the Meganera here, and here it is, and then we use the glass jar to catch it. I remember I had to go with this. It was quite difficult, as you can see, but in the forest, there you go.
Oh, you got it.
I got one. Yes, I have got one. Gets a tick in the box at the moment. That's how you capture small creatures, is it not? I think.
Yeah. Insects, little tiny lizards also work in that way.
Right. Okay. So that's a new thing in motion, really, isn't it? The capturing of creatures and everything, like with these cages.
Yeah. There might be some development and refining go on for exactly how it all works, but yeah, these are the new things. The idea really is that if you don't integrate the mod with fossils and archaeology, which I think you've talked about people doing that before, if you don't do that, at the moment there's no way to revive things from this mod. So the idea is you have to go to the dimensions in the past and catch the things.
Yes.
But you can't bring them through portals like on a lead or anything. So you have to put them in something. So the cage, the jar, or a bucket, these are ways to actually pick up the things and bring them back.
Yeah, so the mod has tons of buckets with creatures in and non-buckets as well.
No, they've all been. No, they've
been taken out.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. There's no items for each one. It was far too many things cluttering up the menus.
Right. So we don't. That's why you said if someone was updating the mod from the previous version, do not have your buckets because it will grab them.
Yeah, absolutely. So any entities or things you've got in item form, so buckets of mobs, eggs of mobs, files of mob eggs, envelopes of seeds and spores, all of that has been simplified so that all of those items no longer exist.
Right.
So you need to spawn all of your entities and you need to place all of your seeds as plants.
Yes. Right.
Otherwise you stand to lose them all when you update.
Right. Okay. Superb. Okay, so let's come over here, Rob. These are all the different fossil blocks from all the different eras. Now they're found at different levels in the world, aren't they?
They are. So depending on what world you're in, the highest levels in the world are for the time immediately before you, and then as they get lower, as they get further into the past, and also as you get lower, they become rarer. So if you want to find really ancient fossils, they'll be quite low and quite rare in the overworld, but much more common if you go back in time.
Right.
So at the moment, these fossil blocks have been put in just so that they're ready in world generation, and all they do at the moment is drop their relevant plant fossils. But as you can see
Yes.
from some of the icons, clearly they're set up for being able to drop entity related stuff later.
Yes, and
There's a
as
bit of
I've
a
shown before, once you've got your plant fossils, you then use the wand, which I haven't got on me at the moment.
That's right. At the moment, certain plant fossils create the trees. Eventually,
The
you
bone
revive
wand.
you revive the petrified fossils with the bone one to get a live tree, and you can then
Yes.
use the woods of the tree to make the portals.
Yes, that's it. Absolutely super. So there's some other blocks here that I was interested in because we do have two types of amber. We're starting with the Baltic amber ore, and over here we have the Dominican. So does the ore make the amber, or do you have to do a different thing to get that?
There's two different ways. So the ambers are fossilized sap, so you can find them as ores, like the blocks you've got at the back there in
Yeah,
the stone, and the other one's in the sand.
right.
Um, if you smelt that down, you get the amber chunks, which can then be assembled into amber blocks and then used for the walls and things decoratively.
Yeah,
But the two different ambers come from two different trees,
right.
Dominican and Baltic amber. I think one's Sciadopitis and the other one is Hymenaea. Different time periods as well. And you can also extract the amber direct from the logs of those two trees.
Right, and they're totally direct. They're totally just for show at the moment, aren't
They're
they?
just
They're
decorative at the moment. They have
decorative.
no other purpose. I think they're going to stay that way as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
they're decorative.
So, in terms of some of these decorative blocks, any special ones of note? We've got these new, yeah, smooth. We've got the sandstone. We've got lots of lava blocks, haven't we? And then
There's a
this
whole.
molten lava, which looks a
So
bit funny.
that's showing pink, I think, because you've got in your
It's
shaders at the
texture,
moment.
yeah.
It's your shade. You've got so
Shader
that give
pack,
yeah, that gives off light a little bit because it's like the magma blocks in the game. So I think it's showing quite brightly at the moment. But yeah, there's a suite of lava related bricks and blocks and things you put in that you're showing there.
yeah,
There's various sandstones that have gone in. There's a black sandstone suite and a white sandstone suite, and a Pangean sandstone suite, which is kind of orange.
right.
Um,
Ah, yes. This is the white sandstone,
yeah.
and they're beautiful. Yeah. And there's plenty of when you go to the different biomes, and you get all these different types of dirt blocks and sand blocks as well. But I did
There are,
find out to my cost that if you put a sand block on top of soil, it changes back to soil.
the prehistoric sandy ground stuff. I think we call it. What do we? Hang on. Do you mind just telling me what that's called now? The stuff on the left there.
This organic
Organ.
ground
Yeah.
and ferny
Or,
organic
organic ground.
ground.
Fine. So the sandy organic grounds do need to be near water to stay organic. Otherwise, they turn back into sands and other things.
Right,
If you bone meal these organic grounds, you get certain things cropping out of them. You could
right.
do that. Have a look. That's another feature of them.
Boom.
So they work a bit like vanilla grass, except they produce their own things.
Oh,
So that produces ferns, that produces lush ground cover, that produces moss.
just moss.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. This produces little plantlets.
right. Don't think anything else here does just that.
They've reverted back to their
Oh,
base
right.
blocks.
So you can actually, they're very useful then in
Yeah,
building
and you can share those little you can share
biomes
the
and
little
stuff.
plantlets up and move them around if you want. But yeah, it's a way to generate some simple ground cover as well.
Right. Brilliant. Okay. And I will show the people in the separate videos, but you've changed some of the portals, haven't you? And you're going to change them again by all accounts in the future update.
We split one of the dimensions in two. We used to combine the Ordovician and Silurian dimensions into one, but as the mod's grown it now, it just seemed right to have them as two separate dimensions.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, there's a new portal for one of those.
Yes. And then we got this amazing stuff, zircon. So do we get it from the zircon ore?
Yeah, the zircon ore spawns in the Precambrian dimension only. There's a lot of it there deep down there, a hell of a
Right.
lot of it there. And that's used for making, at the moment, zircon glass.
Yes, this beautiful stuff here, which I'm very impressed with. It's ideal for people making exhibits with the animals later on. It's absolutely superb glass to make.
Yeah, it's a lovely clear. It's a lovely clear glass. The blocks of that glass try and fix one of the vanilla rendering problems with water plants against glass.
So here we are. There's the vanilla.
That's
is that the problem, or is that the end result?
That's the problem.
Yes.
When you put a water plant under glass, and it tries to fix it a bit by patching in a bit of water texture to cover it. You can see it's not perfect, but it's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you showed me that the other day. I think that works very well. The new one big new thing in this one are the bridges and the benches. Is that something that's because it sort of doesn't fit, but it now does? It's something you're going to expand upon in terms of furniture?
Yeah. So we want various things like that. The benches particularly. There's some litter bins coming down the line in the future.
Yes.
The bridges. Interesting. They've been built again so that they work in other ways from just being bridges. They can be turned into catwalks.
Yes, yes.
If you place them in a kind of a big rectangle together, they form just an area by itself.
Yes, I was playing with them the other day.
Yeah,
so if we just do this, you can make all sorts of
and so if you want to step off the end, you need to make it so there's not a drop, and then that last bit should disappear. So if you put a grass block or something next to it,
anything actually.
Any.
Oh no,
no,
it's
not
got to be a block. Got to be a block.
Yeah.
So if you just do that,
there you go. It opens the end up for you there. You can put rails along these things. I did stick a few around a sort of mesa biome in vanilla to see what it looked like, and it's quite fun. You can get all this suspended minecart rails and things going on with it.
And then you can use dyes, as we mentioned earlier on in this video. If I can get it, there we go.
These aren't dyes; these are for the oars. You don't use dyes on.
What do we use for the bridge rails?
Any of the oars. So diamond, emerald,
right, okay. We'll use diamond just for the. So any of the oars, you then click or
just right click on the bridge. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So you can have it's just endless, isn't it? It's absolutely endless what you can do with them. I like the gold, to be honest, but you'll need a gold farm if you're going to convert some of these.
Just a gold nugget.
Oh, it's a nugget. Yes, you told me yesterday. There we go. Gold nuggets for that. Yes, I actually quite like that.
The black wood with a gold trim's quite pretty. Brachyophyllum wood.
This
one there.
One.
Yeah, you go. Yeah, that's rather nice with a gold trim on it.
Oh wow!
I quite like that. It looks like a bee.
Yes, absolutely brilliant. Right. Okay.
So you know the palisades. You know about the thatches.
I like these new gates because they're using different wood. Yeah, I like these compared with those traditional ones. I love these.
The thin wood ones. Yeah. Oh no, meteoritic iron.
Right. Oh, what's meteoritic iron used for?
Meteoritic iron. You're going to have to go. So it's a source of iron in the Precambrian dimension.
Right.
But when you visit the Precambrian dimension, and I hope you will in one of your videos.
Yes, I will.
You will see meteorites.
Right.
Raining down on the Earth, and they leave meteoritic iron.
Oh wow! I did read about that, and I was really looking forward to seeing that, but I didn't know it was. So I'll wait for one to happen.
Yeah, well, you'll see them quite a lot. There's different ways. You might want to adjust the meteorites as well. They're tied to the. There's a game rule for mob griefing, like creeper exposure. So they're tied to that. If you switch the mob griefing game rule off, the meteorites won't damage the terrain. They'll just be decorative. Okay. If you're in creative, they'll only be decorative as well. Right. So otherwise, they do smash the ground up and leave meteoritic iron there.
Oh, yeah. I'll look forward to doing that.
Yeah, fun.
Right, and then we got these sulfur ores. Sulfur.
Yeah, sulfur. So they spawn in volcanoes and other places. They're not hugely developed in our mod, but if you're using a mod that uses sulfur, maybe Railcraft or something,
right,
it should be fully compatible with what we're putting in.
Right. Okay, that makes sense now. These are the other blocks that I found. Volcanic ash, different ones, but I think they've been in it for a while.
They've been in it for a while, yeah.
Bundle of sticks.
Bundle of sticks is a really bad texture that needs fixing. The idea is you can grab a bundle, some sticks, and make them into a bundle. This is partly for survival in primitive dimensions where there's no trees growing, so you can't get logs. It behaves like a log once it's in a bundle.
Okay. Micro. Oh, that's just the mats with these, and these spread as I've already spreading. Okay. Yes, it does. And is this a new reef block?
That is a new reef block. Yeah, that's going to feature in the Jurassic dimension, though.
Right.
You won't see that in the game yet. You get it creative.
And we use one of these the portals now. This one, I think, the coral sponge. Yeah. So have these been developed since last update? They've got different textures on the same. They just seem different.
There's a dead reef on the left, which is
that one. Bleached. Oh yeah. Oh right. Yes, exactly what's happening in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. Well. Yeah, and I love these actually. They might not be to everybody's taste, but I do love these. I've been in the mod for quite a while now for doing roofs, etc.
Yeah. They're quite hard to place around the corners and stuff, but yes, they do make a nice effect.
Okay. Well, that's absolutely brilliant, Rob. I do appreciate your time on this. I'm
good.
Very impressed, and I think this is the first time maybe you've seen your mod completely laid out in such a way for a while.
It is. I think I must be going mad. I don't know why I'd embark on something so big.
Well, it's just amazing. And then as well as the trees, which sort of finish here, you got all these shrubs, which I'll show these separate to people. And as I said, to finish off here for this little section, we got all these static creatures that are in all the different eras, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, corals and sponges and crinoids and.
I just don't know where you found the time to make them all on your team. It's just amazing. They're just amazing. I think it's a decorator's dream anyway. Right. Big thank you, Rob. Thank you very much for doing that and sparing your time. And
yeah.
Good luck with the mod development as well in the future. I think it's absolutely superb. And just to reiterate, I will say it all over again, guys. There is a Discord. There is also at the moment there's a new online server as well, isn't there, on the Discord to play Prehistoric Nature online in a mod pack, and you've obviously got your CurseForge page to download it for new people and people who have been playing it for a while.
Yeah. So about the mod update itself, what we've called the Triassic update.
Yes, go on.
So okay, let me talk about that. So we called this release the Triassic update because it was the first one to populate creatures into the Triassic dimension.
Yeah.
It's also filled in a good few dozen creatures into the Permian, probably doubling the amount of Permian creatures.
Yes.
And a lot of the older dimensions have had biome makeovers and additions and things. So it's not just adding a load of Triassic animals. All of the previous stuff has been refined and added to as well, quite substantially in some cases.
Yes, which I'm going to show in a separate video. I'm going to re-go through all the eras, and Triassic will be my first video because that's all the new stuff. But a lot of the creatures are from Triassic, but as you said, you've brought new Permian ones in as well, haven't you? You just said that.
I think we've at least doubled the Permian roster.
Yeah. So I'm excited to do that because I haven't seen them all yet, and I can't type Permian, as you can see here. They also overlap, don't they? Some of the creatures.
They do, yeah. Even though there was a big extinction at the end of the Permian, some stuff survived as well. But between all the dimensions, a lot of things will overlap. Are you going to mention the book?
Oh, yes, the book. Here's the book. Hold on. The book. Your book is
Paleopedia.
This one. There we go. I said I was so amazed at this, and I haven't mentioned it at all, as I will show people again in the other videos. This is an amazing book. Go on.
So you'll have seen this kind of thing in other mods. So we've separated, the dimensions are shown on the right-hand screen with the kind of coloured blob things. And in each one of those is a list of all of the creatures who are first known from that dimension. And you can go through, and if you click the book onto the creatures, you get advancements, achievements, and things. So you can kind of use it as a collector's manual for collecting all of the creatures. Kind of the Pokemon of the prehistoric life.
That is exciting because now we're on a server. So this incomplete, will that come up as complete once you?
Yeah, that completes it. You get a bit more information about the creature given to you once you've clicked on it. And they'll eventually, once we've got all of the mobs in, there'll be massive achievements for collecting them all, that kind of thing. It's quite fun just to
So
go
this
through
is a
clicking.
fairly big creature. So if I come across this in the dimension, I might get attacked by it. I probably won't. I don't know whether it's that. So do I have to actually physically touch the creature for it to complete?
No, you right-click the book onto the creature.
Ah, there we go.
that
That's it. So that's it. So if I find it's not here anymore. No, I wonder if it does it. No, I do say when it would do it on this.
You've got the jar in your inventory, haven't you?
I have got the jar in inventory.
So
yes.
Put the jar down.
Put the jar down.
Smash the jar to let it out. It looks quite pretty. Just to see them like that on a shelf is quite fun.
It is brilliant. I do love them. Yeah, they're fantastic. All the new things. Right. So if I smash the jar.
Yeah. Right. And now click the book onto it.
No. Hold on. Do I need to go back? Hold on. Here. Oh, okay. So if I.
There you go. Advancement made. Meganura at the top right.
Oh yes. Right.
Cool. So if you open, so the Meganura, you can find it in the index, but it will be in the Carboniferous.
Carboniferous. Yeah. There we go. Right. So if I go to animals,
you should see it at the end of your list. I think.
Hey,
there you
look,
go.
it's
got a green.
Yeah.
And if you click on it, you should be able to see there's a bit more information now. Hey,
excellent.
Complete. And there's a second page. There you go. You can find a bit more.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Well, I like that.
There's also some pages at the start of the Paleopedia where we're going to talk about game mechanics. So there'll be a summary of how cages work, how the wand works, how all of the other bits and bobs work. That will be found in there as well. So it'll be like a full in-game guidebook to the whole mod. So you don't have to be reading the Curse Forge page to figure out what on earth to do.
Is that on the Curse Forge then? I keep asking about that. And
only stuff on Curse Forge. We tried to make a wiki, but the content is so enormous and quite difficult to summarize sometimes that it kind of fell to the side of it. If any fans want to make a wiki, then by all means go and do it. But our team, I don't think I'm going to do it.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, right. Well, big thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
That should tell the fans some of the new stuff and the highlights. So thank you very much for doing that for me. It helps me no end. And thank you for yesterday as well, going through stuff.
I'm sure this helps us no end, but
right.
It's a joy. Thank you.
Thank you. Right. So guys, that was really enlightening. So that's the end of the video. Next time, we're going to start by going to Triassic. We're going to go backwards through time. We're going to start with Triassic and then the Permian. And we'll go back through time and we'll showcase the creatures. That's probably the best way to do it, each one. So we'll do Triassic creatures and then Permian creatures, and then we'll work down. Some of the creatures will overlap, as you saw in that video. We'll use the special bone one to get through to the different eras, and we'll see how it works. So that'll be the next lot of videos. Also, I'm playing on the Prehistoric Nature Discord server, Kronos, with the mod pack. So I'll be doing intermingling some live, well, not some live, some videos to do with that. So there you go, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and a big thank you for Rob for coming on and showing us some of the highlights. Go and download it on the Curse Forge page. Go and sign up to their Discord. And if you want to, come and join us on the server. Bye bye all.